It's good afternoon, Dara Simkin and Tâne Hunter. Welcome to Yellow Shelf.
Thanks for
Hello.
having us, Joanne.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Congratulations. Your book, Full Stack Human, it's available for pre-order, but it's basically out now. Tell us, who wants to start? Tell us about this book.
Dara, it's all you.
Okay, I'll go. So basically, Tana and I have a combined amount of experience over 20 years around working with organizations and individuals around adaptability and human skills. I am an expert in this concept of play at work. Tane very much around science communication and adaptability. And we're just noticing that everywhere you look right now are opportunities for productivity hacks and how to optimize your life and being part of the 5 a.m. club. And when you really look around and listen to people, everyone is exhausted. And it's because our brains and our bodies are not wired or set up for this rapid pace of change. And so we're constantly living in fight or flight mode. And we know that a lot of books out there are very good at telling us what the problem is and giving us lots of different hacks of how to improve them. But really, what we were trying to articulate is how do we actually go in and remember and kind of reclaim our humanity, which are skills and mindsets and behaviors that we already possess, but we have unfortunately just become so disconnected from that everything we're trying to externalize everything about how to do better and be better, but actually what we have is already kind of within us. And it's more of like a remembering about how we already are adaptable beings. We already are creative. We already possess the opportunity for hope and being more intelligently optimistic. And so, what we're trying to achieve in the book is really like, when we think about change, it feels insurmountable. It's like we have systems for hundreds of years that are cracking at the seams, institutions, schools, work, government. It's just like everyone saying the world is on fire, right? So how do we actually approach this? And oftentimes in the capitalist society that we live in, we want everything all at once, all the time, give it to me now, right? And that's where hacking comes from and bypassing and all these kind of trends. And so for us, it's really like how do we create like micro moments, micro practices, micro experiments in our lives where we're just trying tiny things here and there to slowly move the needle. And we're trying to make this idea of change more accessible in this age of overwhelm and exhaustion. And so for us, it's really looking at our sort of back end of our brains, like our biases, our evolutionary hangovers, our obsession with achievement, our relationship to change. How do we decode that stuff and actually learn about it in a way that's digestible? So we can go, oh, this is my pre-programming, or this is the thing that my mom told me when I was 5 that makes me lead the way that I do. And then we have what we're calling, the upgrade of this 5 layer stack, which is being serious about play, having strategic hope, having radical curiosity, intelligent optimism, and embodied adaptability. And all of them kind of feed each other as this like kind of lasagna that we talk about, where the kind of the dynamism of each concept and the way that they integrate really creates this holistic opportunity to like elevate our humanity, right? And then this gives us better access to mental health, better ways of being leaders, and better ways of building culture within an organization. So that's sort of the
Yeah.
the bird's eye fly through of what we're really trying to achieve is like, how we are operating as human beings right now. We are just being thwarted into this idea of being productivity machines. We are acquiescing to AI. It's meant to be freeing up our time when it's actually just making us feel busier and have to work at speed. So it's like really putting a line in the sand and being like, God damn it, we need to just be human right now. And how do we do that?
Yeah. So, gosh, yeah, I feel like you summed up the last decade of my life and the realization that, yeah, my humanity and success was completely out of whack. Tane, did you have anything to add to that first question? Like, do you want to share from your perspective anything about the book or, um,
Well, it really starts with the diagnostic of our evolutionary biases and cognitive hangovers. So, really understanding our human limitations in a world ruled by technology, and how I'm a technologist and scientist by trade, but instead of out roboting the robots, how do we out human the moment? How do we go back to being our authentically, messily human selves, the best parts of us? And I really like the 5 layer stack. I mean, Dara mentioned it, but serious play is sort of where the innovation lives. It's this sweet spot between discipline and delight. It's creating psychological safety for experimentation and dealing with failure when the stakes feel high. But playful engagement activates different neural pathways and the stress-based performance that we're all pushed into. And I love strategic hope because I think many people think hope is naive. But our framework, strategic hope, really destroys the false choice between toxic positivity and cynical realism. It isn't that hope is wishful thinking, it's that hope is deliberate practice grounded through agency. It's not just it's optimism with a plan, not just a vibe. And then intelligent optimism, which is really evidence-based reasons that a better future can be built. It's kind of like your bullshit detector meets possibility radar. It's the difference between everything's fine and here's what we can actually do to create a better future for everyone in it. And it also touches on the information diet, like the same way we think as a culinary diet in ways to improve our health, eat leafy greens, more veggies, less saturated fats. You can consume knowledge and information that actually nourishes you. And a lot of people really forget that what comes in comes out. So we provide a nice actionable framework to rethink the way you consume information. Because knowledge and information is how it's the mechanism by which humanity makes a shared version of reality, and that mechanism is broken. But you have agency in that, and you can dig yourself out of the torrent of negativity in the modern day media landscape. And a radical curiosity, it transforms your relationship with not knowing from a threat to advantage. It's our ability to continue to learn, be lifelong learners. It's weaponized wonder for the
Yeah.
professional world. And then we talk a lot about AQ, the adaptability quotient, which is embodied adaptability. We've all heard about IQ, which is
Yeah.
great, smart, intelligent, highly qualified people. But we also know they're not always the ones that come up with the major breakthroughs. We've
Yes.
got EQ, your intelligence quotient, your ability to empathize, communicate, collaborate. Obviously, super important, but there's a new quotient, adaptability quotient, that is really becoming a key predictor of success. Your ability to understand what is relevant and unlearn the obsolete ways of thinking and ways of doing things and making a conscious effort to really change in real time. And one of my favorite sections of the book is achievement syndrome, which
Okay.
is we all sort of suffer from this. It's what happens when you've checked every box on your success checklist, the degree, your promotion, your salary, your title, but you still feel like you're running on that endless treadmill and it's speeding up. Your inbox becomes sentient and you have this gnawing sense that you're really supposed to feel successful, but instead you feel exhausted, anxious, and weirdly empty. And so we talk about our personal stories with that and ways that you can dig yourself out of achievement syndrome.
Oh, I think a lot of people can relate to that journey. Either of you feel free to jump in. As authors, how did you guys come together? And please share anything about yourselves you want to share with the audience.
Sure, I can go.
Yeah.
It's always funny with the duo playing rock, paper, scissors of who's gonna talk. Um, so yeah, Tane and I have been friends for a long time. We're in a very big friendship circle, and I met his previous co-founder of Future Crunch, Gus, many, many, many years ago. And Tane and I were just kind of like orbiting around each other a bit, me doing a lot of research and content and exploration with play and him around adaptability. And I kind of found this connection around that. I like say that adaptability is just play in a fancy suit. So trying to kind of shift the needle from like tactical adaptability where it's like kind of a like this is how you can be adaptable to really looking at how do we embody adaptability as an innate skill,
Sure.
and using playfulness in order to connect to that. Like play is training for the unexpected, and it's seen throughout the entire animal kingdom. And so, yeah, we presented this concept, adaptability at play, at South by Southwest conference in Sydney a couple years ago, and Wiley Publishing was in the audience, and
Wow.
they approached us and said, "Hey, do you want to make this concept a book?"
Sure.
And we said yes, and that was kind of how we talk about that was our meet cute moment. Um, of given this opportunity to really come together and figure out, what is the intersection of both of our levels of expertise and how does that kind of build out into this like bigger message around humanity, me from a play and behavioral kind of perspective, and Tane much more from a science and adaptability perspective. So for us, we are excited because we're a very yin and yang kind of duo. And I think we bring, a wealth of knowledge in both of our backgrounds and really complement each other. Like I make his science more playful and accessible, and he makes my play more scientific and data driven.
Yeah.
So, it's a really nice balance between, and we're both very outgoing, chatty. We're both American.
Yes.
And so,
Don't
you
hold it
know, yeah, don't
against
hold
us.
it. We're here. Don't hold it against us. We're both citizens of Australia. Um, but like for us, really trying to make complex concepts digestible and relatable. Like Tana and I have both been through like divorces and diagnoses and like overwhelming failures, and just really trying to be like, hey, we're messy as well, and like this is our lived experience and this is what we've been exploring, and try
Yeah.
and create that connection. Because I think sometimes authors can sit in their ivory tower and be like, I've done all this research and I'm very
Yes.
smart and these are the things that you should listen to me or like read what I have to say. So we're trying to really like get on the level of the reader and be like, we want to be on this journey with you because we're also trying to be messy, authentic, and real ourselves. And so we try and really probably show parts of ourselves that we wouldn't normally show
Yeah.
in the professional world. I feel like a book gives a little bit of permission to like admit things about yourself that you might not normally just like announce on a stage until you're
Yeah.
ready. So, um, yeah, we hope that it's just this real call to action. I say like this is an adventure to be on of like being a radical human. And I think one thing that we say at the end of the book is like, no matter what part of this book that you connect with or you decide to implement, it's just like at the end of the day, can you ask yourself, how was I human today?
Yeah.
And that simple question is really going to enable us to kind of, again, create those habits of like arriving more in a place of being relational and responsive instead of reactive and curious and joy fueled and all those things. So humans got a human.
So you are making the audience curious. This is great. Tani, did you have anything to add as far as, your journey as an author or anything you want to share with us about you?
Oh, I mean, anyone who's written a book knows it's a roller coaster. You have moments of triumph and a lot of late night editing, and oh my God, this is never going to happen. But I
Yes.
think what really brings Full Stack Human together is Dara and I's different points of view. And we're obviously, I think we're better together. It's a more dynamic, diverse perspective. And we like to say, not as Americans, but to rebrand the name, collaboration always trumps genius. We're also a bit of come from left field. We have different ideas. We throw everything out on the table as far as our personal stories and downfalls. But we also interview about 10 experts around the world in different topics, creating it. It now sits in the leadership, business leadership, and self help section. So it's an interesting read. It reads like a potboiler,
Yeah.
neuroscience, introspection, and I guess human. And
Yeah.
we had
And,
fun writing it,
just a
and
tiny bit of profanity.
we call
It
it
feels like that
heart.
balance.
We
Sorry,
call
keep
it
going.
smart, heart, and fart.
Ah,
It's intelligent. There's a lot of evidence and research that's
yes.
gone into it. It's heartfelt. We really talk to the human experience in 2025 and
Yeah.
2026. And we tell a story that allows people to see themselves in it,
Yeah.
a future which they can actually see a path forward. And then fart. You got to throw some profanity and jokes and humor out there, because not only does it make it more entertaining and enjoyable, it's also a great, humor is a great learning
That,
technology, for lack of a better way.
that sounds like a really good name for a podcast show in the future if you guys want to bring that one together. Tell us a bit about where. if anyone's watching, I have no doubt people are going to be really curious how to connect with you both, how to connect with the book. Do you want to both point us in the direction of where we go? I was watching a YouTube channel this morning with some presentations that you've done, Dara. So there's lots of great content out there, but point us in the direction of you and the book.
Well, we have a book website, it's fullstackhumanbook.com,
Yes.
which has all of our social handles on there. So connecting with us on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook or our websites.
Yes.
The book is available via Amazon, Booktopia, on the Wiley website, on the Nile. I've seen it now. It's been popped onto Dimmick's website.
Fabulous.
And yeah, it's going to be around. So keep your
Yes.
eyes peeled. But always, I don't know when this is going to be published, but it drops the 25th of February. I don't know if this is going to come out before then, but always pre-orders
Yeah.
are an amazing way to help new readers show retailers that people want to read the book.
Yes.
So if people can jump on and pre-order, that's a blessing for us to get more
Yes.
pre-orders. Otherwise, yeah, if there's anyone in Melbourne as well, we're
Yes.
going to be hosting a book launch event on the 27th of March.
Okay.
That information will be on the fullstackhumanbook.com website. So yeah,
Awesome. I will put all that in the show notes to point
great.
people in the direction. And yeah, do you know what? This interview will go out before then. So
Cool.
people know to pre-order,
Awesome.
get in there. And anyone watching down the track knows to just places to buy it. So that's great. Tane, did you want to end with any comments, any links you want to mention, where to go to check your work out?
If you're interested in more of our professional career, there's Culture Hero, and which is Dara's company, and I'm the founder of Future Crunch. So two disparate companies coming together to make something better than it would be by themselves alone. I would say stay human, stay fun, stay messy, and best of luck out there.
And stay curious. I did
Yeah.
that was another one of the takeaways. So well done. Both of you, well done. Good luck with this book journey, book launch. Any future books, please come back and share. But thank you for making the time to chat.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Cheers.
having us.